It's a Mick kick, actually.
It's a Mick kick.
That's
because
what
Trish does the chick
Yes.
kick. She does the Mick kick.
It's such a tongue twister.
It is. It is.
Unique New York. They're good vocal warm-ups. McCool. Michelle
Mickey kicks with a
McCool.
Mick kick, but the kicking out Michelle McCool, center of the ring, kick McKick.
Welcome back to a new episode of Royally Rumbled. After a brief hiatus, my name is Jordan.
I'm Robert, and here we are in 2008. We're just a few weeks away from SummerSlam.
That's right, Robert. We are gearing up to have an explosive show for the biggest blockbuster of the summer. TM. Because catchphrase, we have a
we don't
whole
own
thing.
that. It's theirs.
Yeah, but it's fine. So anyway, big show for you guys tonight. We have a tables match in the main event of SmackDown. But before we get to that, Robert, what's going on Monday?
Before we get to the tables match on SmackDown, which I am highly anticipating, we are in Kansas City for Raw, and there is a triple threat for an opportunity in Money in the Bank on Raw. So let's head to the show. Ziggler and Morrison are in the ring to start the show, and Ziggler cuts a promo about his victory last week, punching his ticket to SummerSlam. He says he feels good and that he and Morrison want to prove they are the best. Crime Time answer and say they've got 5 on it, accepting the challenge. If Ziggler and Morrison win here, they get a tag title match in the future. Morrison and Shad start things off, and Morrison utilized his speed and agility against Shad, leading to Ziggler and he making quick tags. Ziggler and JTG work each other over, but Ziggler maintains control throughout, keeping JTG on the defense. Ziggler and Morrison continue to double team Crime Time. Ziggler hits a Famouser on Shad, but Shad is able to make the tag to JTG, who hits Ziggler with the overdrive. Ziggler is able to counter and connect with a super kick on JTG, but Shad is there to make the save. JTG eats a Famouser, but he counters, and then Crime Time keeps Ziggler in their corner and lay the Tims into him. Shad hits his spin-out side slam on Ziggler, but Morrison is able to make the save. Morrison then hits a neckbreaker on JTG and lands a dropkick through the ropes to Shad. Ziggler connects with a zigzag big boot combo with Morrison on Shad, not once, but twice, and Ziggler tries to pin Shad, but Shad kicks out. They hit it a third time, and Shad kicks out again. Shad is a bloody mess at this point, but continues to put up a fight as Morrison hits him with some innovative offense, including that breakdance leg drop he does. Morrison pins Shad 1, 2, 3. After the match, Ziggler and Morrison beat down Crime Time, kicking them out of the ring. Ziggler and Morrison have earned a future tag team championship opportunity. The next match is William Regal versus MVP, and as MVP is making his entrance, CM Punk attacked him from behind and delivered a brutal assault, which saw security having to pull Punk off of MVP. But of course, MVP continued his scheduled match against William Regal. These two put on a match you'd expect, filled with strong style moves, excellent technical wrestling, and several near falls. MVP hits his ball and elbow drop and followed it up with a play of the day, but Regal stayed in it. Regal counters MVP and locks in a high-angle Boston Crab, but MVP is able to escape. Regal goes for the Regal stretch, but MVP counters and hits a play of the day. Regal kicks out. They wind up on the outside where MVP takes a beating from Regal, but one slip up and MVP takes Regal down and makes it to the ring before the referee makes it to 10, leading to a count-out victory for MVP. The next match we see Mickie James taking on the women's champion Michelle McCool. Mickie waited for the women's champion to enter the ring and immediately attacked McCool as the bell rang. Mickie couldn't wait to get her hands on her opponent, who has had her number for the last few weeks. Mickey connects with a Mick kick, but by the time she drags McCool to the center of the ring, she is able to kick out. Mickey primes herself and connects with her leaping DDT and pins Michelle McCool in the center of the ring, officially earning her a title shot against the champion in 3 weeks at SummerSlam. Our next match is Randy Orton taking on the World Heavyweight Champion Rey Mysterio. The tension has been mounting with these two for weeks, so I decided to cut it with a knife. This is the first time they're facing each other since the Great American Bash, and Randy Orton has not been in his right frame of mind. The World Heavyweight Championship seems to have Orton distracted. Mysterio and Orton have a quick-paced match, leading to a 619 and frog splash, allowing Rey to pick up the victory. With just a few weeks remaining before SummerSlam, how will this match affect the championship picture headed into the biggest blockbuster of the summer, TM? Already a very exciting show for Monday Night Raw, but it's about to get even better with this main event. We have the Intercontinental Champion Jeff Hardy taking on someone who took him to the limit last week in Kofi Kingston and Marcus Corvon in a triple threat match, the winner of which punches his ticket to SummerSlam. Out first is Kofi Kingston, who last week took Intercontinental Champion Jeff Hardy to the limit in an open challenge for that title. He did not come out victorious, but he is his spirits are said to be very high this week.
Well, Kofi coming off of 2 big losses back to back, not only with the tag team championship loss with his partner Evan Bourne and Air Boom, and then Evan Bourne winding up getting injured, but then the loss to Intercontinental Champion Jeff Hardy. I mean, Kofi, he's such a positive guy, but how can you stay positive with back-to-back losses that big?
Kofi is said to live in the present and not focus on the past. And speaking of someone who does not live in the past, Jeff Hardy lives for the moment.
That's right, the Intercontinental Champion without Pyro because he's got a title. They don't want any Pyro additions near that.
We had to
belt.
budget cuts. It's a whole thing. You have to see the spreadsheets that I'm looking at here. There are all sorts of pie charts and graphs that I have to look through, being the GM of Raw. So no Pyro for champions, and that's final.
So many spreadsheets. And Jeff Hardy, the Intercontinental Champion, but also looking for the opportunity to go to SummerSlam.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy in Money in the Bank is a proposition that has, I think, both of us salivating. So we'll see if he's able to make it there. He does have some stiff competition, including with Marcus Corvon.
That's right. This man right here, the alpha male, Marcus Corvon. Talk about a guy who's had to endure some tough losses and maintain his high spirits.
Yeah.
Marcus Corvon is that guy who persevered and was able to finally pick up his first win on Raw a few weeks back against Umaga, and then has a victory against Randy Orton, former World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, it was difficult. Corvon had to, I think, 3 or 4 matches against Orton before he was able to actually get that victory. So it took him a little bit, but he's on the right track here. And Corvon in Money in the Bank, also a very interesting proposition. I'm very interested to see which one of these superstars will get to participate in Money in the Bank.
Here we go. Things are getting ready to start. Not Charles Robinson.
Ring that bell.
And Kofi and Jeff, of course, continuing the physicality between the two from last week.
Yeah.
And Marcus Corvon
Wow.
Double underhook suplex onto Jeff Hardy.
Corvan knows the opportunity that he has here. And, he knows that he can't let this slip through his grasp. He doesn't know when he'll get another one.
I agree 110%. Marcus Corvan needs to step it up here because he's in the ring with not just Jeff Hardy, but a guy like Kofi Kingston, very successful in his own right.
Yeah.
Two of these guys holding championship gold on Raw, and Marcus Corvan seems like the odd man out. But right now...
Yeah, the action in the ring, Corvan is dictating, and he's using that strength and just tossing Kofi around. Jeff obviously has something to say about it, and here comes Jeff Hardy. So we're going to get a little bit of one-on-one with those two.
Obviously, people are aware of their history in TNA, but right here on Monday Night Raw, they are battling it out for the chance to participate in Money in the Bank at SummerSlam.
Jeff with that atomic drop, and Kofi, it seems insistent on popping Corvan in the face with a forearm.
And I was going to say there was a bit of teamwork there between Hardy and Kofi for a moment.
Yeah, I mean, Corvan is the bigger of the three men. He obviously has the strength advantage over all of them. So it wouldn't be in their worst interest to team up here. And Kofi jumps and leaps into the corner and just laying it in on Corvan right now.
But now Jeff Hardy back in and tosses Kofi to the apron. But Kofi reversing, leaping back in. And a nice power slam from Kofi Kingston.
And these two really just picking up where they left off last week.
Oh, and Kofi was able to get that knee up in time.
Looks like he was able to thwart the pounce.
It seemed like it. And
we got our first cover attempt.
And Kofi hit that boom drop, but Jeff Hardy able to kick out. And Kofi, trouble in paradise incoming.
Could we see it?
Connects.
But here comes Corvan. He's definitely not going to let Kofi get this pin. It is one fall to the finish, so Corvan's not going to let that happen.
And a big DDT there. Shades of Jake the Snake.
Ooh.
And a cover on Hardy in 1, 2. Oh no, but Jeff Hardy able to get that shoulder up.
And like I said earlier, Jeff's the type of guy that likes to live for the moment, and right now the moment is on his back. And Corvan again going for the cover. And Jeff kicks out.
And Corvan looking for that claw, but Hardy able to back elbow him in the face.
Kofi's content to just punch Corvan in the face for the rest of this match, I think.
And the crowd loves to count. We all know it, and Kofi Kingston knows it.
Ooh. Kofi's up. Jeff's rolling out of the ring here. Kofi's set up in a really good position.
Boom! Drop.
Huge boom drop on Corvan there. Here's the pin.
1, 2. No! Marcus Corvan persevering. We talked about his ability to look ahead and persevere, and he's doing just that as he Luthez presses Kofi Kingston and returns the favor from before.
Huge chop to Kofi. Took him down.
And now here's Hardy with a DDT of his own. Shades of also Jake the Snake. And Hardy going to the top rope. Corvan.
He's in the drop zone, and Corvan eats a swanton. And Jeff goes for the pin. 1, 2, and Kofi just in time.
And this is Bedlam here in Kansas. Dragon Sleeper.
Oh, it's nasty.
Is the Intercontinental Champion going to tap out here to Kofi Kingston?
Oh, man, he's so close to the ropes, too, but he broke it up. Oh.
Jeff Hardy, I think, made it to the ropes.
And Kofi shoots the half.
1, 2.
Oh, man.
Only a 2 count. And Kofi
is feeling it.
Is just
doing circles around Jeff Hardy.
He's so angry that he needs to dance. Oh, and a wicked power bomb. 1, 2, 3. Corvon does it.
Wow.
Marcus Corvon.
Kofi ran himself out of gas, and then Corvon hit a power bomb but didn't release and pushed it into a pin.
And there we saw that Trouble in Paradise to Hardy. These 3 guys beat the hell out of each other.
They did. That was an exciting match.
The Swanton.
I definitely thought that was it, but Kofi was able to get up and get his senses around him just in time there. And you know what this means? Marcus Corvon is headed to Money in the Bank.
A very exciting and interesting prospect. Corvon, of course, joining Dolph Ziggler from Raw, as well as Edge, Mr. Kennedy, and Christian from SmackDown.
Yeah.
There's only one spot remaining.
There is.
Who's going to be able to claim it?
Well, that's next week on Raw.
But tonight, a hard-fought victory, well-deserved in my opinion.
Definitely. The idea of the pounce in Money in the Bank is very exciting.
The alpha male Marcus Corvon is going to SummerSlam. What a Raw, Robert.
I know. Very exciting. That triple threat coming to an end. Marcus Corvon pinning Kofi Kingston. So he is headed to Money in the Bank at SummerSlam. But I had previously mentioned that there was a unique opportunity for the superstars that did not win the triple threats. So next week in Raw's main event, we will have Jeff Hardy, the Intercontinental Champion, Kofi Kingston, who just ate the pin here, taking on Mark Henry and Umaga. So all 4 men that lost in their triple threat matches will now take on each other and to determine the last entrant from Raw.
I love it. I love good competition. I love the animosity that's been building between Jeff Hardy and Kofi Kingston.
Yeah. But Jeff Hardy has history with the rest of the men in this Fatal 4-Way now. Jeff Hardy lost to Umaga, and he beat Mark Henry in that first Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge. So Jeff's the guy with the target on his back in that match. It'll be interesting to see if he survives.
I know. So many interesting things happened on Raw, and looking forward to next week and seeing what becomes of it. But
that's then. This is now. And what's going to happen on SmackDown?
I said that I was scouting talent.
You did?
And I'm telling you, it's not so easy. So, in order to determine a new number 1 contender for Chris Jericho's WWE Championship, we are going to see a Fatal 4-Way elimination match.
Elimination? Okay.
Next week on SmackDown. But tonight on SmackDown, we will see all 4 competitors in action in 2 singles matches against one another. This week, SmackDown started off with United States Champion Shawn Michaels. The Heartbreak Kid made his way to the ring and talked about honor. He calls out one superstar who doesn't seem to possess any. Michaels calls out The Miz. the man who attacked him from behind with the chair before their match 2 weeks ago. Shawn mentions how Miz can't cut it in big match situations. That's why he lost to John Cena at the Great American Bash. That's why he lost to HBK himself shortly after, and again against Christian last week. Shawn says Miz can't hang when the spotlight is shining on him, and that's why he isn't in Money in the Bank at SummerSlam. The Miz interrupts the United States champion and makes his way to the ring. Miz picks up a microphone and gets in Shawn's face, unimpressed by the future Hall of Famer. Miz suggests that HBK retire again before he's forced to take the decision out of Shawn's hands. HBK says Miz has the biggest mouth in WWE, but none of the talent to back it up. He claims Miz is all talk and no substance. Miz fires back and says he's done talking, as he challenges Shawn Michaels to a match at SummerSlam. Miz states that if Shawn has the guts to accept the challenge, Shawn will also put the United States Championship on the line. Miz says he's giving the showstopper 1 week to respond. The opening contest on SmackDown was between Divas champion Melina and the former champion Beth Phoenix. The winner here will be able to pick the stipulation for their championship rematch at SummerSlam. Melina eventually connects with a face driver, following it up with a submission, but Beth is able to break free. Melina climbs to the top rope and leaps off, but Beth catches her in mid-air and slams Melina down viciously to the mat, and then follows that up with a glam slam into her double chicken wing submission, forcing Melina to tap out. What stipulation will Beth Phoenix choose? Match 2 was Tyson Kidd with D.H. Smith versus Zack Ryder with Curt Hawkins. Ryder and Hawkins have recently found some in-ring success, and now Ryder has challenged the Cardio Kid to a singles match. Ryder and Hawkins try to double-team Tyson Kidd on the outside, but Kidd is able to bring the action back in the ring away from Hawkins. Ryder and Kidd trade moves in the ring and put on an excellent match. Tyson Kidd connects with his swinging neckbreaker, but Ryder kicks out at 2. Tyson Kidd then goes for his leaping, twisting neckbreaker, but Ryder counters with a Rough Rider. Kidd fires up on Ryder, but Ryder's able to land a splash off the top rope and put Tyson Kidd away. After the match, Bobby Lashley ran out to attack, leading to Lashley and Smith fighting with both edgeheads before needing to be separated. Match 3 featured 2 of the competitors for the WWE Championship Fatal 4-Way Contenders match next week. It's King Booker versus John Cena. And both of these guys are looking to make waves prior to that match next week. Cena busts out some power moves at the start of the match and is all offense at first, before King Booker starts firing up on Cena with some big moves himself. Booker lands a spine buster and goes for a scissors kick, but Cena counters and tosses Booker backwards. Cena lands a 5-knuckle shuffle, and the crowd is now on their feet. Cena eats a DDT from Booker and gets cut open. Cena fights back and stomps on Booker, busting him open as well. Booker connects with a Houston hangover, but instead of going for the pin, he taunts to the crowd of his loyal subjects. Cena is able to connect with his fisherman suplex and lock in the STF, but Booker manages to escape. Cena lines up and delivers an AA to King Booker, but Booker kicks out at 2.5. Cena looks for a top rope AA, but Booker makes a desperation call and uses brass knuckles in front of the referee, causing a disqualification. Booker knocked Cena out cold, and although he lost the match, he carries more momentum into next week's main event. The 3 Money in the Bank competitors from SmackDown squared off in a triple threat match. Edge, Mr. Kennedy, and Christian held nothing back. Edge lands an Impaler DDT on Kennedy, but he's able to kick out. Christian connects with a swinging neckbreaker, and then leaps from the top rope, hitting Edge with a frog splash. He calls for Edge to get up and hits the kill switch, but Kennedy breaks up the pin. Kennedy runs and then misses with a wild clothesline. Christian knocks Kennedy out of the ring with a flapjack, but Kennedy gets back in and tosses Christian off the middle rope with a German suplex. Edge reverses Kennedy in the corner, who was attempting a Green Bay plunge, and connects with a spear to the loudmouth. A bloody Edge covers Kennedy for the victory and some momentum heading into Money in the Bank in a few weeks. So we revealed 2 of the participants earlier in King Booker and John Cena, but the main event features the final 2 competitors. It's the Big Show, it's Kane, and it's a tables match. Their rivalry has hit a boiling point, and we are at an all-time fever pitch, and it's going to implode right now.
Jordan, get the tables.
Well, it's the Big Show. That joke never gets old.
It does not. Ooh, Big Show going with his Andre the Giant style singlet here.
Well, I mean, it's 2008, and he's the world's largest athlete, so of course he's going to dress the part with the one strap.
Interesting. I like it.
But the Big Show has been on a very mean streak as of late, attacking and turning on his partner Kane after several failed title shots.
They never really got out of the bricks together on the same page.
No.
And it has completely devolved into a very acrimonious situation here.
That's true. Big Show defeating Kane last week in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
There he is.
And here comes the big red monster, the big red machine, whatever you want to call him, the devil's favorite demon. It's the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee.
The future mayor of Knox County. If you told Kane in 2008 he would be the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee, he'd probably be like, thank you very much. That means a lot to me.
He's like, I always wanted to get involved in politics, I feel like.
Because he's a very nice man otherwise.
Yeah.
But here he's ready to kill the Big Show and put his ass through a table.
That's right. The winner here is going to carry some momentum into next week's Fatal 4-Way main event. It's an elimination-style match, the winner of which will face undefeated champion Chris Jericho at SummerSlam. And Big Show and Kane are ready to tear each other apart. And Kane, right out the gate, tosses Big Show.
One of these enormous men is going through a table, and that's the only way that this match will be able to end.
And, this is the first tables match that we're having in our universe mode.
It is.
So this is very exciting.
Took way too long to get to a tables match, in my opinion. And Big Show pumping Kane out of the ring here.
And now screaming. I mean, Big Show has consistently said that Kane's the weak link of their team.
Yeah.
But here, we're going to get to see these two behemoths.
Yeah.
Duke it
he
out
is a
and
little
settle
bit biased. He is a little bit biased in that opinion, but...
True, Big Show did lose a couple of times there.
He did.
But Big Show also turning on Kane. So Kane at least is honorable, if nothing else.
Nice running DDT there by Kane, and then he pays homage to his brother, who's still missing in action from SmackDown.
Yes, The Undertaker has not been seen on Friday nights or Thursday nights. I can't remember which.
Friday.
I got to check the contracts.
Friday. It's Friday.
It's Fridays.
Oh.
And Kane just body slamming the Big Show on the apron.
Yeah.
It's the hardest part of the ring.
Shout out to those guys. Kane showing his just raw physical strength here against the much larger and much heavier Big Show. And Big Show going to return the favor? Yes.
He does. A body slam from Big Show to Kane. Goes for that chop, but Kane missed wildly with that body blow and allowed Big Show the opening to get in there and just punch him.
Big Show's really taking it to him now. He's caught up in those ropes there.
And he just slammed that 315-pound man down.
Oh! Whoa!
But Kane's back up.
And Kane sat up like nobody's business here. What the hell? That's that supernatural ability of Kane, the bloodline of The Undertaker.
And Kane sets that table up in the corner.
Uh-oh. Could this match be over already?
And he just chops him. And follows it up with an elbow drop. I mean, these two despise each other. Like I said, their first official match against one another, they fought to a double countout. Their second encounter, Big Show defeating Kane with a WMD. And now they're settling it finally in a tables match. And Big Show is now in firm control here.
Yeah, back to the action in the ring. Big Show's got Kane hooked up on these ropes, and he just slingshots him back into the ring. Kane hasn't been on his feet in like 2 minutes.
Ever since he sat up.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's a very unorthodox way to get your opponent to his feet, and Kane shoots the half and drops Big Show to his back.
Well, Kane wasn't conscious, maybe.
Kane going to the top rope. Is he going to be going for that clothesline? Looks like he's calling for it.
He dives and connects.
Yes! There's something about the 7-foot-tall, 326-pound Kane coming off of the top rope that's just terrifying.
That guillotine clothesline is scary as all hell. And now Kane set up that table and Big Show, dragging him towards it. What's going to happen? Uh-oh.
He's got Kane on it here. Where's Big Show going?
No way.
No way. No way.
Get out of here. Big Show's on the top rope.
Can't handle it, Big Show. Oh, my God. And Kane. Oh.
A splash.
Big Show hits a splash from the top rope to put Kane away here. I guess firmly deciding that he is the man in that team, a former team.
Kane was mostly offense in this match until the end.
Look at the angle on this one. What a great shot by the camera guy.
And look at this artsy shot. And Big Show hits that giant splash.
I said that Kane coming off the top rope at 326 pounds was a lot. 500 pounds just flew through the air on SmackDown, and it was in a victorious situation.
The Big Show is heading into next week's Fatal 4-Way with one more win under his belt, his ginormous belt. But will he come out on top?
I was like, oh, Kane's going to get up and like knock him off the thing or something like that. I didn't expect him to fucking jump and land it, no less. Fuck, that was crazy.
Yeah, so SmackDown ending our first tables match with that gigantic body splash, the 500-pound body splash.
In tremendous fashion. The world's largest body splash.
Exactly. But yeah, like I said, next week, SmackDown's main event is stacked. We have Booker T, John Cena, Big Show and Kane in a fatal 4-way elimination match. Winner moves on to SummerSlam to face Chris Jericho for the WWE Championship.
I like that. And next week on Raw, we also have a fatal 4-way. It is not elimination. It is one fall to the finish. And that will be Jeff Hardy versus Kofi Kingston versus Mark Henry versus Umaga. The winner of which punches their ticket, the last one, like Charlie Bucket headed to the chocolate factory, going to Money in the Bank at SummerSlam.
That's the third Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory reference that I've heard in the last 48 hours. Thank you. But also, thank you, the viewer, for watching and sticking with us through this. Life gets in the way sometimes of doing this weekly, but no matter what, we're pushing through, and we're going to bring you guys new episodes of our 2008 universe
as often as possible.
Yeah.
At a minimum 1 week apart.
Yes. Thank you for watching. We're gearing up for SummerSlam. I'm very, very excited. Let us know what you think.
It's going to be our best pay-per-view yet.
Absolutely.
And the rest of them have been pretty good.
Absolutely. I was going to say, let us know if you're excited in the comments below. Don't forget, if you're not subscribed, please do us a favor. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a thumbs up. It's going to help us. We really appreciate it.
And you could follow us on social media across all of your favorite platforms that you go on. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Royally Rumbled. You can follow us there to keep up to date with our universe here in 2008.
Yeah, and all of our other fun wrestling talk shenanigans that we do on the Twitter machine. But if you want to follow us individually, you could find Robert on Twitter and Instagram at Yesball.
And you can't miss Jordan's memes every day. Make sure you follow him on Instagram and Twitter at JL24FPS.
So once again, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Royally Rumbled's 2008 Universe Mode. My name is Jordan.
I'm Robert.
And we'll see you in 2008. I don't know why I finger guns it. Why did I finger guns it?
You just have to accept it. The only thing worse would be if you fucking... We'll see you in 2008. And then you get like a really shitty CGI dice graphic.
And spin it out as the transition towards the screen.
Yeah, it's definitely rolling towards the screen, and then it just...
And it's just...
And our logo comes up. It's the only way it would be worse.